everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hi, Tilda. Hello, everyone. I am having some allergies. I took something, but it doesn't seem to have kicked in. So I apologize. I may be sniffling a little bit. Hey, Missy. Am I unfocused? Let's see here. It's focused. That is focused. I really like this focus page here. Hello, Penny. Hello, Robin. My holiday was exhausting. I am totally exhausted. Totally exhausted. Lots and lots of family. I got a lot of messages from a lot of people, and I am sorry I have not responded to anyone. Number one, it's family time. Thanksgiving is family time for me. I get to see a lot of people that I don't normally get to see, so they were priority. And two, internet was not exactly reliable and all that good stuff, so I couldn't really get on all the time. And anyway, so yes, so I kind of went AWOL there, as I knew I probably would. So I did put up some videos that I made in advance. It is the beginning of, hello Margaret, the beginning of a series that I am going to continue on through December. These videos are really short and really easy to follow around with. They can be done in any order. They're not numbered, and they're not numbered on purpose, so that you can do a little something that just catches your fancy, stenciling or adding paint or whatever. And I've got a ton. I sound horrible. A ton more videos to put up, and I will try to be doing that in the next. I'm glad they were helpful. And Margaret, since I'm saying hello to Margaret sent me a collage card. I have to share it. Isn't this the cutest? I love it. I think she did a wonderful job. She even used a Stabilo or some kind of pen for outlining. I think it's fabulous. Hello, Kathleen. So, thank you. She sent some goodies, too. She sent a pocket with some goodies in there. Some fun stuff. This dragon. It's very, very cool. So these will be fun to use in something. Hi, Debbie. You're learning a lot from the videos too. I hope so. It's not so much a learning thing. There's so many good things in here. Let me just not distract myself. I'm going to have a lot of fun. Look at this frog. Look at this frog. Love it, love it, love it. Yep. So I will be using all that stuff here a little bit later. So I did put the videos up so that you could do just a little bit of something when you had a chance, and you don't have to go through the numbers. You don't have to do everything. It's set up so that you can just learn to enjoy the process of art journaling and not necessarily focus on a finished product. That's the whole intention of them. So I'm glad you like the videos, and there will be lots and lots and lots more. Try to get them up try to do them as quickly as I possibly can and get them up because I am getting ready for Glue Book January. It was almost like being live. Well, I tried to get something up there for you. Anyway, I am getting ready for Glue Book January. I will be doing the whole month of January will be dedicated to all the different glue books that I started last year. I'm just going to continue working on all of them. I don't think I've actually finished any of them, but there's a couple of them that are really, really close to being finished. So I'm just going to continue working on those. I think there's a couple new ones that I'm going to add, so I'm looking forward to that. See, I thought it's not off, is it? Let me just leave that there while I'm talking. All right. Another announcement. I will be doing the meet and greet at the library December 8th at 1 p.m. I'm still working on the last glue book January myself. We can all just continue on. I think January is a great month for doing glue books. They're an easy something to, to drag around in a warm space. You can cover up in a blanket and just glue paper to paper and, glue inside your glue book and keep cozy. January is really a cold month. So, you finished your large glue book today too? And Missy's collecting images for Glue Book January. Yep, save those images. Save images. We're going to be doing all kinds of different glue books again. I'm going to get out some of those that I've got. The giant glue book, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. It's too big for this desk. I'll figure out something by that time. Anyway, so that's what's coming up for that. So mark your calendar for December 8th. It is the main public library in Lakeland, 1 p.m., December 8th. Let me know if you're intending to go, just in case I need to get a bigger room. It is fighting that page, isn't it? All right. All right. It doesn't want to be focused in this page. Okay, that's driving me crazy. All right. It's focused enough. Let it look at that. I think maybe my lighting is not quite light enough. And maybe that's why it is fighting it just a little bit. All right. So I spent a bunch of time with my family. And my daughter actually had gone to Las Vegas. And she brought me back some Artomat art. I don't know where it is. I can't show it to you. But she did bring some Artomat art, which brought me to this. My uncle, I was showing him the Artomat art. And I have to go backwards just a little bit. Aunt Sandra and my uncle, they actually came to visit. And that's why I was AWOL a couple weeks ago. They came to visit. So they got to see all my Artomats and stuff. And we got to talking about it. And so he made me some blocks so that I could do it. And we're talking a ton of blocks. We're talking a ton of blocks, you guys. My uncle is so sweet. So sweet. He not only made me Artomat blocks. Look at this. He packaged some of them. This isn't even all of them. He made me enough so that I could do 100 Artomat blocks. You visited 6 Artomat machines? Fabulous. So, and some extra ones. Plus, he did some other ones that were just scraps, and I'm going to be playing with those today. Not only did he cut all these blocks for me and packaged them all wonderfully, and I've got another box of them. There's 119, I think he said, blocks to work with. He also made me some shelves so that I could display my Artomats. He went way above and beyond. He's just so sweet. Just so sweet. And so I will be in the next few weeks. I love this tape. I'm not sure exactly what this tape is, but I'm saving all this tape that he taped everything up with so I can use it. That's why I've got this over here, because I don't know what it is, but I like it. Got to use everything. I got to use everything. Nothing goes to waste with me. So I'll be photographing my Artomat arts, and I'm going to have a board on Pinterest with Artomat machine pictures and me getting art out of the machines and the actual art that I'm getting out of them. So actually I should put this back on here so I know which ones these are, because I am not going to work with these today. I am working with some of the extras, the off pieces, the ones that aren't exactly the right shape, just to work on glue, see what excuse me, see what works the best, and kind of work out what I'm going to do with the blocks. It's blue painter's tape. So, will he adopt you? I don't know. I can't speak for him. So, that's what I am going to do today. I have some more show and tells. All right. So my daughter not only gave me Artomat stuff, but she brought this it's Oliver Winery, and she brought me a couple of the honey wine. Look at this label. It is gorgeous. This is a winery that is in Bloomington, Indiana. My daughter is now in Kentucky, and it goes that far, but it doesn't go real far. Look how cool that is. Look at the detail on this thing. So we practice with the heat gun, and this is the other side of it. It has a little bee on the other side. So we practice with the heat gun to get the wine labels off. So I wanted to show, because I know people have asked about this. They have changed the glue on wine bottle labels. You cannot soak bottles anymore and get the labels off of them. It just does not work. So I have here some wine bottles, and I'm going to show you exactly how I get them off without too much trouble. So I'm going to have the heat gun going. I do not soak them anymore. It doesn't make any difference if you soak them or not soak them. Well, it does. If you soak them in water, it makes the labels a little more fragile. So I do not soak them at all. Do not soak them at all. And I use just a regular heat gun. Yeah, I've tried soaking them for a month. Could not get the label off. Could not get the label off. But this works. Okay, so noise alert, noise alert. I am not going to mute it. I am going to just turn on the heat gun, and you can see exactly how long it takes to get this label off. I have not soaked it. I have not done anything. It's got a wine stain on it from when my family drank it. Yes, my family likes their wine. So, we like wine with Thanksgiving dinner. What can we say? Just a bottle, or just, there was a lot of us, so one bottle does not go very far when we've got the group of us together. All right? So, anyway. So, turning on the heat gun, I'm going to see exactly how I do this. All right? I hope that's not too noisy. I just go for the edges and just heat up that glue. I like to heat up the whole label. And I'm pretty close to it. Pretty close, getting that glue all nice and hot. I'm melting the glue is kind of what I'm doing here. And get the good parts here. So a quick little demonstration, huh? Hi, Susan. Hi, Vicki. Okay, so I'm going to try it now. Let's get one of these corners real good. Turn off my... Ouch. The bottle gets a little hot, so... The bottle gets a little hot when you get it that close. So be careful. So I am just going to pick off a little tiny corner here. Can you see that I've just kind of taken my fingernail, put something underneath it, and just, oops, let it, the wine I obviously made it a little fragile. So I'm going to go from this corner as well, and I'm just going to pull it down. And you can see it's coming apart a little bit, so I need just a little bit more heat on it. So I'm going to put just a little bit more. No, I don't have a metal palette knife. I find my fingernail usually works pretty well, so a plastic one will probably work. So I need to get it unstuck there where it's sticking. Use my fingernail there. I suppose I could use just a plastic palette knife just to loosen it up. And while it's still warm, okay, I need to loosen that up. Get it to go with the rest of the paper here. And I'm ripping the label. It's a horrible example of this, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go from the bottom up to that part that's tearing instead of ripping where the picture is. My other ones went just a little bit more easy. They were a little bit easier to get on, so maybe I needed to just heat it up just a little bit more. And you're just kind of heating up that glue so it kind of melts a little bit. And I haven't gotten the picture well enough, so a little bit more. Get it while it's nice and warm, and just peel it off. See, it's not coming. I managed to rip the paper off, and it doesn't want to come off now. But anyway, yeah, so I've ripped it to shreds because I didn't heat it up well enough the first time. But it should come off pretty easily. So let me try that one more time. I've got another one here. This one was an almond champagne that a friend of my cousin's brought. So I'm just going to try that. Hello, Betty. Betty is decorating the tree. Yay. She's listening, but she's decorating the tree. Continue decorating the tree. We want to decorate a tree. That's the way it should be. Betty the tree decorator. That's funny. So I'm going to make sure that this one is really well, the glue is well melted on all the edges and the corners and the inside and everything. I get pretty close to it. You can see I'm pretty close. Move it around so it doesn't burn the paper too much, or at all, hopefully. I want the tip of that feather, so I want to make sure I get the glue really melted along there. And I don't think I did it quite long enough last time, and that's why it got ripped to shreds. So I would suggest trying it on a bottle that you really don't care about, and then the one that you really want off. Just give it a whirl with something that's unimportant. Okay? Alright. So I'm going to do this right away while it's still nice and warm. The bottle is warm. It's hot. So be very careful. Let me see if I can just get the corner up with that. See how it just peels right off? Let me get all the little corners here. And I'll just go from one side to the other in one little piece. See, it just, look how easy it peels off. Once you heat up that glue well enough, it just comes off. And it doesn't really stretch the paper and warp the paper like it did when you would get the label wet. So just like that, you've got the wine label. Okay? I like to put them on, I put them on wax paper. I tried parchment paper, but there's a little bit of stick left on the labels. So if you put it on wax paper, you have a place to put it until you get ready to use it. And sometimes I put the bottle on there to flatten it back out until I'm ready to use it. So that's it. Really easy to get them off. A little bit of heat gun heat, and that was not something that I came up with. Someone during a stream or something, a comment, someone said use a heat gun, and it does work. It works perfectly well. So that was not my invention or my discovery. It was somebody else's, and I can't remember who it was. And I'm going to put this one here. I might be able to use his face on something. even though I mangled him all up. All right. So save those wine bottles. This does not work on the beer bottles. I tried it on beer labels. It's a different glue. Soaking beer bottles usually still works. And if not, then try the heat gun. Okay. So that was that little demonstration. Hope that helps people out. It certainly did help me out. And then my last little show and tell for the day. My last little show and tell. My Uncle Vern. I don't get to see him but probably once a year. And sometimes not even then, because he's a world traveler. He is, he likes to travel. He is someplace else rather than being at home. More often than he's someplace else more often than he's at home. So he was actually in Vietnam right before Thanksgiving, and as he was coming home, he went through Hong Kong. My Uncle Vern, he likes his motorcycles, and he's got motorcycles in India and Vietnam and Peru and who knows where else. He's got motorcycles everywhere. He has a house in Peru that he's at a lot. So while he was in... Ooh, you're off to Spain. So he did not find anything in Vietnam, but as he was going through Hong Kong, he found a Chinese newspaper. Look how cool this thing is. Look how cool. Oh, the first time I lived in Spain. What part of Spain are you going to? I am so excited to use this. Look how cool it is. I absolutely love all the color that they have in their newspapers. Love it. Malaga. I was in Andalusia. I was closer to Sevilla. But I've been to Malaga. It's a fabulous place. You will enjoy it. It'll be fun. My daughter was born in Spain. She was born in Spain. So not only did he bring one newspaper, but he found another newspaper. And I didn't get a chance. I got so distracted with all the colors in that one. I guess I did look at this one. Look, it's got horse racing. Horse racing in China. Look how cool that is. I love it. You don't speak any Spanish and you're off on your own. Uh-oh. A lot of them do speak English. When I was there, anyway, they did. Especially in the bigger cities. So, oh, look at... It's the food advertisements. Oh, how fun is that? I see a book coming on with these. Oh dear. I loved that. I love it. I love it. And in the, I want to say in the airport, he found a little magazine that's in 3 different languages, it looks like. It looks like it's in 3 different languages. Oh, it is going to be fun. So, look how cool that is. So, I'm looking forward to that. So, thank you, Uncle Vern. Last year he gave me Japanese newspapers and a couple other little doohickeys. This year he brought everybody Vietnamese coffee, and they do it differently. It's kind of like a French press, but they French press it's really strong coffee into like a sweetened evaporated milk. It is so good. And I'm not a coffee drinker. It's really good. It's really, really good. All right, and one last thing before I start working on these blocks. I did get a question, and I have not had a chance to answer it yet. But I thought that I would just show here. I did these Kool-Aid dyed papers. Someone help me out. When did I do the Kool-Aid dyed papers? Has it been a year? Has it been a whole year? I got a question asking if you dry the Kool-Aid in the oven, if it makes it a little bit more color fast. And so this has been in a shelf, and it really hasn't seen a lot of daylight. So I was kind of looking to see how bright the colors still were. And I don't really remember how bright they were to begin with, but it doesn't look like they've gone down at all. These also were in this folder. These are leftovers from that same thing. So I kind of wanted to test and see if they had gotten less. Here's an orange one. Orange and pink. And the pink looks about the same. And the orange kind of looks a little less. A little less. Well, but then again, there's a nice pink part right there that looks pretty close. So I am not sure how light fast it is. That's pretty close to the same color. Hey, Deborah. Hello. The missing people. If people come in and I forgot to say hello or I didn't see you. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and spending some time with me. My allergies are kind of messing with me today. My head is it's really pounding. I'm very stuffed up, and I've got a lot of pressure in my head. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to continue on. So let's see if we can find a purple something. Do I have any pages that are just pink? That one's kind of just pink. That's pretty close. Pretty close. So like I said, this one hasn't really been in the daylight. Do we have blue? Do we have a blue page? We don't have a blue page? How could I have not put a blue page in here? I don't see any blue pages. That's kind of blue. And that's, it's kind of blue, but it doesn't look like I really made a blue page there. It's a little lighter than this one here. Let's see. I see green. I didn't grab any blue. Isn't that funny? I didn't even notice it until now. I don't see any blues at all. So I guess I should leave some of these papers out to see just how light fast they are. there's some purple, and the purple doesn't seem to have gotten any lighter either. I don't know what to tell you, Susan Jane. I don't know what to tell you, but it is probably worth a little experiment to see what would happen with one of these, or a little bit of one of these. I guess that's what I could do, is I can tear off a little bit, do a green one. I think this one was food coloring. We have green. We need some purple. Let me do some of this one. It's got purple and blue on it. And some that's got a little bit of pink and yellow. Like that. And those little pieces, well, actually, let me take out the ones that I ripped off and put them at the end so I can find them, so I can compare them later. See, my head is just not doing me very well, and I can't really think straight. Can't think logically. You know, when you feel like you're underwater and head's going to explode. That's where I am. Alright, so I'm just going to leave those in here, and I'm going to leave these little bits out somewhere. I've got a window over there. I just lay them in the window for a little bit, and we'll just do an experiment, and we'll just see what happens. So I'm going to put these to the side right now. I will deal with it. And we'll deal with it a little bit later. So, I think that's all the announcements and all the little extra experiments and stuff. Hi, Roesta. I will feel better, thank you. I think finally the stuff is kicking in. I'm feeling a little lightheaded, so I have a feeling it's starting to kick in. Let me mute it for just 1 second and take a drink of my water here. When the newspaper was on there, it was brighter and more focused? I missed it. Let's look. Let's look. Is it brighter with a newspaper? Oops. Bet it's the white newspaper that does it, huh? Is it brighter? Hello, Linda. Isn't that funny? So maybe it's my background that needs lightening up. Interesting. Interesting. The contrast is higher, is that what it is? It looks all Chinese to you. Isn't that cool? I can't get caught up in that. So all I'm going to do, I've got these little squares that are cast off things, and I thought that I would stamp some paper and just collage on these blocks using some different glues, and to see. Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Uncle Vern brought me newspaper from Hong Kong and a magazine. Uncle Vern and Uncle Ernie are the best. The bestest. The bestest. Anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got some different glues over here, and I'm just going to find some paper. I had some. I've got too many show and tells over here that I've lost my paper now because I've buried it. Let me move this. Let me just move a couple things here. All right. So now let's get some. Let me get my sorry, I haven't figured out how what's rubbing against my table here, causing the table to shake yet. So let me get my birthday box bag out here and all my little bits and see if I can find some papers to stamp on. I should have just some junk. Sorry, I can't see sideways here. I should just have some junk. Novels. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, my mind is just not. I'm not able to concentrate on talking. I'm sorry. Oh, I do have another announcement. There's one. I did go to Black Friday and I managed to get a new computer. It is not fixed up. I tried to get it fixed up so that I could stream with it today, but I need to a little bit of tissue paper might be good too. I need to find instructions on how to set up my OBS so that I can stream, because I wasn't able to see the video, so I couldn't do it today. But I will be setting that up, and I hope I'm going to be streaming with the new computer. It's a little bit better than this one. It does, you know how this one likes to mess with me and do weird things? This new computer shouldn't be messing with me at all. Okay, I want this one. I'm going to stamp some stuff on this. I wanted some circles. Some leaves. Some leaves would be nice too. Here's some circles. Here's some circles and some leaves. Some stuff. Let's get these out of the way so I can just stamp for a minute. Yeah, Linda, but it's a different computer, so I can export my settings on a thumb drive. How would I go about doing that? I've got everything else pretty much set up. I was looking at it today. Let me just stamp some while I talk. I was messing around with it today, and it came up with a configuration for this computer, and so I've got my key code in there so it'll go to YouTube. That is already in there, and it's supposed to be configured. I just need to figure out how to set up so that it takes the webcam. It wasn't showing the webcam. I'm going to make some little circles. OBS is a program for, it's an encoding program for doing live streams. It's the program that allows YouTube to broadcast me. It's a broadcasting program. On the top of the screen in OBS, there's an export option under I don't see an export. Is it under File, Edit, View, Tools? Oh, Scene Collection, Export. Ooh. If I can do this an easy way, I would like to. But then again, I think it's set up wrong to begin with, so I should probably do it from scratch once this time, so it's right this time instead of trying to fix what I did wrong this last time. Ta-da! Okay, if all goes well, I will try that. If I can't research it and, you know. Thank you. That will help. That will help. That will be very helpful. Hi, Lotta. Hi, Malia. Is it easy for editing? It doesn't really edit. It's a program so that you can broadcast your stream, not necessarily video anything. Okay. I wouldn't recommend it for editing. I like this little circle. Uncle E actually found me some little rings, and he explained that it's harder to find the bigger rings, and that's why you don't see them very often, and that's why you don't see them in the packages that are much more affordable, because those are really specialty rings. Most people don't have a need for those. Where's my lid? That's why I wasn't finding any of the big ones. That's why I had to buy them singly. Not very many things use the big rings. They use the smaller rings. So, Lotta? Aww. That was, yeah, I usually pronounce everybody's name wrong, so I'm glad that I got it right. Hi, Jared. Yeah, most people get, you get the packs of them. They're really, really small, and you're lucky if you can find 3 rings that will go together in a single stamp. The larger ones that go on the outside are specialty. And I found them at Ace Hardware. I could buy them singly at Ace, but I could not find them at Home Depot at all. They didn't carry the bigger ones. They don't even carry them. It's one of those, they're specialty stuffs. So, hi, Rosemary. Oh, really? So how would I go about finding out about that, Miss Rosemary? See, I was not aware. I'm an old dog. I get used to doing something one way. I know where everything is. I know how to use it. I continue to use it even after it becomes obsolete because I don't want to learn a new system. I do not think like a computer, and so it's very difficult for me to upgrade and learn new tricks. It's very, very difficult for me to learn new tricks. Extremely, extremely. So how would I... You get them from the hardware store, yes, Susan, but it's hard to find the big ones. It's hard to find the big ones. I'm going to do some leaf. I'm going to do some leaf, except I don't want to do red. I think I want to do this teal color. And I'm going to do this leaf here. Creative wings. Hi, Rosie. Have to remind me your name. Oh, someone asked what the rings were. These rings that I've made this from are O-rings. They're plumber's rings. They go into hoses and things like that. Got red on me. I got red. They're kind of like washers, except they're made from rubber so that they are extra good. They're extra good. Thank you all so much for spending some time with me, making me laugh, making my headache go away just a little bit. You guys are hilarious. Oh, I like that. You guys are funny. So I'm really kind of here just to mess around today and play and not get a whole lot done. Tomorrow is my day to figure out how to stream. And just so you know, I'm going to figure out how to get streaming done with a new computer. It's a better computer. I kind of spent more than my budget wanted me to, because it's going to last me a little bit longer. I justified it that way so that I can stream for all you lovelies and it be a little bit better of a streaming experience for you all. So and it allows me to this computer here does not connect to, I've got 2 internet codes. When the guy installed it, he said this one was better than the other one, and I was never able to connect to the other one, the good one, and this computer connected to it. So my internet will be better too. So we'll see. So I'm going to be working with it tomorrow. I would like to have it up and running, and I bought it especially for streaming. And so I probably will be in and out tomorrow testing streams and stuff. I don't know what I'll be doing, but you might catch me live on a Monday. Yes, well, I went over budget, so I'm gonna have to make some books to sell, so I can pay for it. I have some of those 3-tier books left over, and I will be putting things up for sale in the next few days. I want to be able to get streaming going before I make the video for some things for sale. So some of those 3-tier books that you guys saw before are going to come up for sale here. Hi, Paper Kitty. Oops. Ooh, look how dark that is. That's wonderful. I like that. So I think for the Artomat, I'm thinking that I just want to collage some blocks. I was going to make, look at me already. I was going to make some books, but I have limited time to be able to do this. So I thought, just if since Uncle E cut me all those blocks, you know, I was thinking out loud with him when he was here. If I had blocks, just to collage the blocks themselves would be faster, would be easier. If I can do it in my style with my stamps and book pages and stuff like that. And I thought it might be kind of fun that way. So that's what I'm investigating today. I'm investigating. You want to see what I'm going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. This suspense is killing me too. So I'm just making some collage fodder here so that I have something interesting to put on them. Alright, so I guess that's enough for investigating 1 or 2 blocks, huh? Actually, let me just do a couple of these little leaves. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And let's get on with it. Let's just get on with the process here. See what happens. I have got ink all over my fingers now. All over my fingers. How do you stamp without getting the ink all over your fingers? Somebody tell me the trick. The stamp is one of my homemade stamps. Which one did I have? I've got 2 of them here. This one is done with rings. It's fun foam rings. And I show how to do this technique in a paid video. It's super secret. It's a cool little technique that allows you to really make perfect rings without cutting with scissors. It allows you to make these perfect rings, and you can make stamps with the rings. Somebody did put a comment, alcohol, about cleaning my hands of glue, and I forgot to do that, and I will do it on Tuesday. Oh, test it all. Alright, so I've got some papers here, I've got some fish bits, all that good stuff. I've got plenty of things to investigate. Let me move this wonderful blue tape that I'm trying to save. Get it out of the way here. Put it someplace else. I'm getting stuffed up again, guys. My head is really just killing me. Alright, so let's investigate this block. And let me get out a palette, I think. I've got some Easy Squeeze Quick Dry Tacky Glue. I've got the regular original tacky glue. I have got, oh, here's the original. It's already in a, I started to use one, and it's already here. So let me use it. I have Elmer's Extreme. It says it's washable. I don't know, but it's worth a try. And this Craft Smart Tacky Glue. It says it's for plastic, wood, felt, paper, and more. So I'm thinking one of these is going to do the trick. Alright, so let me start with some of this tacky glue. Let me just put some down here and get this is my glue brush. Oh, and the ants. I did not disturb this area for more than a week. I had glue on the table, I had my watercolors on the table, and I had my, as you can see, there's ants in it. I had this cup that I keep my glue brush in. The ants were nowhere near the glue or the watercolor paints. They are looking for water. They're all up and down this cup. And that's the only place that they were at. So that's the mystery of the ants. They're looking for water. So I doubt that I'm going to be able to get rid of them until they've decided that they're never going to find water. And I always keep a water thing up here. So they're going to find it no matter what. Anyway, just thought I'd pass that on. The extreme glue sticks say washable too? Is that right? I don't see it. See, I don't see it. It says for bigger, tougher projects. Put some ant killer in the water. That's funny. It says so on the listings. Okay. Well, it works well for me, so what am I going to say, you know? And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to randomly rip some of this into some little bits and use that. I will go back and do some more fish bit stuffs if I need to. We'll use that one too. Alright, so I am just going to put it on the block. Does that sound like a thing to do? I might need quite a bit of this stuff. Alright, and then wrap it around the block. These have not been sanded, so that's another bit of this experiment to see how well the paper clings to the wood. And I'm using the tacky glue for this block. I will use different glues for different blocks. And I'll just put the blocks with the glue so I know which one I've used for what and see what works and what doesn't after. Sounds like a plan, right? Alright, so there's that. And I think what I'm going to do with these blocks is I'm just going to collage them all over the place. Ants in water on paper and glue. Hi, Marky. Marike? Marike? I am, Lotta. I live, yes, it's hot here today. I'm in 75, 80 degree weather today. I've got lots and lots of little critters. Hello, Susan Jane. I did not see you come in. Hello, Miss Susan Jane. Did you see the experiment with the Kool-Aid dyed paper? I did. I showed, and I will do. I showed the paper, and I will do that experiment. I will leave some of the little bits of paper out in the sun, and then in a week or so we can look at them against the original papers that I have in a folder, so that they're not getting any sun. They're not getting none. Yeah, I sound really good today. I am sorry. I apologize in advance for everything. For absolutely everything. All right. So let me do, I just need a bunch of this glue. I guess I should just put it on the block instead of wasting it on a palette, huh? Yeah. Just see what happens. All right, let's put that. Let's tear that off. Let's put that there. I didn't put any sealer on the wood. If glue doesn't stick, you might need a light coat of varnish. Good to know. I don't do a lot of stuff with wood, so not sure exactly what I'm going to need, how it's going to work, any of that stuff. So we'll just experiment and look at it in a few days and see what happens. I think these will be fun. I think they'll be fun. I might put some of my photographs, print out some of my photographs and put them, photographs on it, on the wood blocks. These are not Artomat sized. These are not, these are just my experiment ones. My Artomat sized blocks are all cut for me, all ready to go, but I just want to make sure the glue works and just get a general idea of what I'm doing to begin with before I start using the correct blocks. So these are just experimental. Nope, these are little tiny experiments here, not Artomat size. Thank you for asking. I am just kind of doing these for myself just to play around and see what happens. Let me just rip that off because it's an extra little bit there. All right. All right, so let me put some more stuff down. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the entire block with stuff. You sand your blocks so that there's texture for the glue to adhere to, and then varnish last. And varnish also protects the paper from the acid in the wood. Okay. So what kind of, so maybe I should do that. I don't use wood, so I wouldn't know any of this stuff. What kind of varnish would I use? I'm trying to find a place to put this. I guess I could just keep collaging until it's covered the way I want it, I guess, right? I don't know. This is what I do. This is what the uncaged fish does when she's confused as to what she should be doing. She just goes for it and figures out how to fix the issues after the fact. Right? She has to fix it after. When it doesn't work, figure out a way to make it work. You guys are so smart, though. Can you buy an Artomat block before I send them out? You need a polyacrylic varnish from Lowe's. Ooh, that sounds very messy and extremely scary. So now I'm worried that I won't be able to do this. So it sounds extremely, extremely more than I can deal with. I don't want any straight edges, so I'm going to tear that part off. And I'm just going to keep gluing until my block is covered, while you guys tell me how I'm doing it all wrong. But you'll also tell me how to fix it, I'm sure. That sounds right, that I would have to seal the wood so that the acid in the wood wouldn't come out on the papers eventually. That sounds like a lot of work, Vicki. It sounds like a lot of work. It's a water-based varnish and doesn't smell horrible. It looks like watered down white glue. Would that work also if I painted them? Painted the... Oh, people are asking what the Artomat is. Sorry, I should have explained the Artomat, and you know what? I don't even have a single one here. I'm like looking around. I do not have a single one here. And then I also used the dye ink pad, so it's moving with the wetness. I didn't think this out really well, guys. My brain is still on vacation. It is definitely still on vacation. I do apologize. It doesn't take long to dry. Do it on a plastic sheet. There are craft varnishes as well, like Deco Arts. I think I'd rather... Is the sound off? No? No, I don't know if I want to do resin. Hi, Christoph. Can you hear me? Okay. I think I would rather get it at Hobby Lobby or something. Something crafty. Water-based sounds good. Something... So I should probably just paint the block first to give it... I've got a little tiny bit there. Let me just get most of it covered, and then I will come back with my little fish bits and cover the rest. Cover what didn't get covered. Trying to figure out how I want to do this. I don't think I want it that thick. So we'll take some of that off. So, uh-oh. I need to keep this point side down so that the glue will stay in the point. That's what I have these little things for. I could paint with, I have never even heard of these things, you guys. I never ever work with glue or with wood. So I guess it's a good thing that you guys are telling me what I need to be doing first off before I do too many of the real thing. Okay, let's see here. Let's get some glue over here too and get this whole little panel done. Just like that. Sorry. I am making a huge, huge mess. Huge mess. Hi, Auntie Ro. Do you... Oh. Somebody tell Paper Kitty to ask her if she's got something muted. Either her computer or YouTube. Because I've done that before. No joke. I have done that before. It is very annoying. Very, very annoying. So let me just put some of these little bits and bobs in places. And would the glue stick to a varnish or a paint like it does just regular wood? Probably, huh? I think I need to do the small sides better first. They seem to be the hardest to cover. They seem to be the hardest. Sorry, I did get distracted. Man, oh man, my brain just, it really is just not functioning the best. Artomat. Artomat, it's an organization that has taken old cigarette machines that no longer have a purpose. You cannot sell cigarettes out of a machine anymore. Nowadays you have to be in person and card persons and, you know, make sure that they're of legal age and stuff. So the cigarette machines were obsolete. So someone has taken the cigarette machines and refurbished them so that they work. But instead of buying cigarettes out of the machines, you buy a piece of art that's about this size. And it only costs $5 for a piece of art. Some of them are on wood blocks. Some of them are in a little box that's this size, and you get all kinds of different things. Dolls and collage and jewelry. You name it. I've got a mobile and little mini books and so many things. Alright, this one is mostly done. So I am going to set it aside. And I want to set it aside with the glue. So I know which one I did with which one. So I kind of have an idea of what's going on. So that one I'm going to set there. Alright. And I'm going to get another block, and I think I'm going to use this extreme this next time. And let me rip some papers up. And maybe rip them a little bit larger this time and just kind of wrap them around the block, so I'm not doing a bunch of little pieces. That one needs to be a little bit more narrow. And maybe not quite so long. That one needs to be a little more narrow. And I can't believe how hot it is here. Let's do one of these. One of those. I shouldn't worry about it. Well, I mean, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it right. Alright, so I'm going to use the Elmer's Extreme with this one. And put some glue on the block. I guess I should be cleaning off my brush so that that glue is not on there anymore. I am just a little bit slow today. Just a little bit. Slower than normal. Hey, Franna. So I do apologize for going AWOL for a week. But I did put up some videos so that you had something to watch. Okay. So, get rid of that glue. And put some more this glue on. Open. Open. Keep it down. But I don't get to see family members very often, so it was nice. It was very nice. Okay, how do I do this in an organized fashion? You like the videos? I'm so glad. More are coming. More and more are coming. I am actually using my technique prompt list and using a lot of those for this, for the series. So they're not too hard to get out pretty quickly. I'm kind of winging it. There'll be more. Something easy to do in the middle of holiday preparations if you need a quick little break. Do a little bit of art. I don't need it to be quite that big. 5 minutes, art time, rejuvenate. You know what I'm trying to say. Rejuvenate yourselves with an art break. Uh-oh. Got a kink in it. Alright, so that went all the way around. I'm glad I got a chance to visit with my family too. I don't get to see them enough. They are all over the place. Like I said, Uncle Vern, he's always in a foreign country. My daughter is way in Kentucky. And Sandra's in Virginia. just all over the place. Alright, so that is good. I kind of want to do something that's not quite too long for these little ends. So let me put some glue down here. I'm probably putting too much glue on, you think? I guess I want it to stick really well. And I'm going to put that there and then glue down the edges. Where's the get-together? The get-together is in Lakeland. Or where? Oh. Sorry. This glue is very slippery when wet. I am not accustomed to using glue that's not in a stick. So please bear with me as I learn how to use wet glue. I'm not very good at it. Alright, so I want something on the other side here too. And then I can let this one dry. And I do think I'm going to put photos and collage bits and postage stamps and all kinds of fun things on these. My hands are sticky. And that was my last baby wipe. Rejuberate. Rejuberate is a new word. Yes, I am guilty of creating new words, especially when my brain is not quite up to par here. I'm a new word creator. Alright, so I need something on this one. Maybe just some little bits. Maybe some little bits like that. There we go. That will work. So can I get 4 blocks done before my stream is over? No, because it's already 3:30. It's already 3:30. How is that possible? Time flies when you are having fun. Alright. Stretch it over there so that it will dry nicely. And we're getting there. Bye, Auntie Ro. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. Alright, so I need to put this block over here with this glue so I know which one made that one, and get another block out here. These need to be sanded a little bit. This one's okay. And so the next one I should use, since I only have a half an hour left, is this Craft Smart stuff. And let me get the brush cleaned up. I hope practice makes it go a little bit faster. I'm really not sure exactly what I'm doing, and I would definitely have more collage fodder out to choose from and in the right sizes. I think what I'll do is I'll take, regular size strips that I tear with a metal ruler, so everything is the right width, and just collage from there. I'm just getting the kinks out today and figuring out what glue to use, and I suppose I need to figure out how to put a base coat of some kind of paint on them too. Sounds like. Alright, so this and a little bit of that one, and oh, I didn't even use any of this one. That'll be cool. You just tried gesso on some scrap wood and you like it? Would gesso do it? I've got this bottle of gesso that's huge. I don't like. I don't use. Would putting gesso on it give it a base? Would that work? Ooh. That is a lot of glue. That's a very, very large amount of glue. I'm just going to put this on here. And then I need more. I need 3 hands. So I'm just going to have to get a great big huge pot of glue out to do this quickly when it comes to time to do it. I think that's going to be a time saver. It's just dipping into a bit of glue instead of putting it on the blocks like this. Alright, I'm sticking to everything. Are you talking about cheap gesso would raise the wood grain, then we would have to sand? I don't think I want to do that, do I? Less work is better. Right? I have a Liquitex. You have an IKEA bowl with a lid that you use for a lot of glue? What kind of lid does it have? Is it an airtight lid? And this piece of paper was too wide, so now I've got extras on the outside here. Let's just glue them down and cover them with something and move it along here. Dear, oh dear. Teaching myself how to glue on wood. I'm not very good at teaching myself how to glue. My fingers are very gluey. Alright. So that's kind of cool. It's all plastic. Okay. Hi, Emma. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to have to find a varnish to put over them when they're done. Something pretty strong, I suppose, huh? Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's go through this side over here. And I saw a straight edge. I don't necessarily want a straight edge. that down. This side all the way down, and then a little piece of paper on this side. Sorry, I'm going to do this while the glue is all nice and wet. I think it will stick better if it's wet and not dry. It slides around quite a bit when it's wet, huh? All right. Oops. That side needs a little something. Primer. Primer. Hello, Irma. Susan Jane, did you answer my question? Gee whiz, can I stay on one track for 2 seconds here? Did you answer my question? Did you see where I was comparing the Kool-Aid dyed papers with the book that I made? Because it's on the beginning of, I did something about that at the beginning. I will be going back to it after I leave some of these papers out in the light for at least a week, probably a little longer, I think. Give it a good test. Hello, Joey. I wanted to know if you saw that. I haven't got around to answering questions yet. Lay that right there. I saw that, and I saw your question, and I did address that today. It doesn't look like any of the papers of the book have faded, but they really haven't been out in any light either to get a chance to fade. So I have torn off some of the pages. Some of them will be left in a little folder so that they don't get any light, and I'm going to leave these little bits off of different colors out. I'm going to leave those in some direct sunlight for at least a week, and then we will see. I'll probably leave them out there more than a week, at least 2. And I'm going to put it in direct sunlight. In here in Florida, that's a lot of sun. So we should be able to see something. Okay? Yeah, all right. So you weren't here when I was doing that. All right. Yeah, so we've got the experiment started, or I will be putting them up in the windowsill here. So they're exposed to as much light for as much of the day as possible. The window here, the light comes in directly and makes it very, very hot. So this is the perfect window to put stuff in to do that experiment with. And I'm just going to put a little bit right here. Oops. Just to cover up that spot. Like that. All right. And that is pretty much covered. And I used this for that, so let me put those together so that they can dry, and I know what I used. Wow. So now I've got some extra. Usually put it in light for a few months. I can put it in for a few months, but we can look at it in a couple of weeks. Take a look at it. I can leave them out. I've got some jars on the windowsill. It would be really easy to put some bits of paper on top of the jars so that they get maximum exposure to sun. And we'll just take a look. It is an interesting question. It is worth investigating a little bit, seeing what happens. Because most of the papers that I have are out of sunlight too. It would be nice to know how light fast the Kool-Aid is. I mostly used the Kool-Aid in that video, but I was also using food coloring. And I'm not sure which ones were which. Should I do a quick little something with this one, or are these pretty much the same thing? Do I need to test both of them? Or is one of them enough? And since I've got you here and we're doing this experiment, is there any other glues that might be better for what you've seen here, what I'm doing here? Like I said, I don't usually work with wood, so I am really unfamiliar with. I inspired you to food dye your paper. That food coloring, man, yeah, I'm not going to buy the Easter egg dye anymore. I'm going with food coloring because that was the easiest to use, the best colors. You can get it any time of year. It was the best. Okay. I think, oh. The tacky glue will probably do the trick. Okay, so I don't need to test both of them. All right. All right. I have got quite a few little bits of wood here to play with, little squares. I'm so excited just to mess around with some things. And I should have thought about magazine pictures. Oh, I had not thought of this. This would be funny, guys. Oh, maybe this will be the direction I go in. Do I have more people somewhere? I have that one, but that's not really what I wanted. I need another face. Here goes my mind, guys. Here goes. Here goes my ideas. My mind goes crazy with, oh, you could do this and this and this. And I end up with 5 new projects. All right. What if I were to collage like one of these, and then on top of it find some people and wrap them around, collage them on. That one would be perfect for that one, but I need collage underneath it. Okay, so this is my thought. So that way I have a torso and legs, and then I could do the same thing with a different block, something like that. And then I could stack them on top of each other and make different people. If I had a head peeking around on one side and a body I could mix and match and make people, and then you could stack them up and change them around whenever you wanted to and give them different heads. So I'm going to have to go through my people and find some different sized people and then have all my blocks, all my Artomat blocks with people wrapped around them. So people would have to get more than one block so that they could create people blocks. See, this is the way my mind works. I don't come up with this stuff unless I'm messing around. And I can experiment with some of the odd shaped ones. But that would be fun. That would be so much fun. That would be really cool. So I'm going to have to go in search of bodies. I need body parts and heads. I should do my kitties. I should do kitties. Because this is a good base for them for something, but this isn't interesting enough. I was thinking about words and phrases from paperback novels to make like a, I guess not like a poem or whatever, but just to make them a little more interesting. But I do like the idea of adding some of my photos. But I really do like the idea of putting the blocks together. So if I put her head over the bend and her head just over the bend, so that she's got a torso there, then I could put that block on top of that one and she would have a different head. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go in search of more people. So thank you everyone for spending some time with me today in my fog that I obviously am. I'm in a fog. Hello, Mrs. Gigi. Thank you everyone for your thumbs up and your good ideas and giving me some direction to go with this project. This is going to be, this isn't a priority project by any means. I will be doing this once I figure out exactly what I'm doing. I will be doing this. I mean, I don't plan to sit down and do 50 blocks all at one point at one time. I'm going to do it in stages. I may just do a bunch of them in collage, like 20 of them or whatever, and then go on to the next stage. So this is going to take me a little bit. Found something. Krylon Spray Sandable Primer, white. Designed to work on wood. All right. I will look into that. And in the meantime, I will be streaming on Tuesday. I am determined to get the new computer streaming, and I would like to know, how much better that computer is. So it's got to be better. It can't be any worse. It's got to be a better streaming computer. I paid enough money so that it would be better. So I will be streaming with the new computer. I'm determined. Thank you, Jennifer. I will feel better. I will. I'll get there. I will feel better, definitely. Get that going, and more of a direction of this. And I will be getting some more videos up for the art journaling series, art journaling in simple steps. Thank you. I'm happy to be back. Sorry, I did take a little vacation and didn't tell anybody. It's a proper Sunday. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for all your thumbs up. Thank you for all your great ideas and directions as to where I should go. And I will see you on Tuesday, probably doing some art journaling. I'll be in that mode after making some videos. I'll be in that mode, so I might just mess around with some art journaling. Nothing too serious. You don't need to worry about me. I will come back. Don't have to worry. No news is good news when it comes to me. No news is good news. It means I'm off finally having some fun, doing something different. That's what my family says. Yeah, that's what they say. No news is good news. When we don't hear from you for a long time, we know not to worry. They do say that. Aunt Sandra says it the most. Anyway, thanks everyone. It was fun. And I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to be doing that. I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I don't have a time frame that I'm going to have to get it done by or anything. So I've got other things that need to be done first. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the recording. I will be back on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for a live stream. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to chat with all of you chatties in the chat room too. Bye everyone. Thank you so much.